Hello, guys. I'm Claire Lengro, and tonight it's Lengro Wednesday. Here we go, guys. You can bet me now. I've had a very long day. What day is it? Say it with me, guys. It is Lengro Wednesday. Good evening, guys. All of you know, don't you by now, that was Richard, my Rich the pirate, coming to say hello to you all. Look, you're all there. Look, hello again. I was only here earlier, wasn't I? Hello, Marilyn. Hello, Jean. Hello, Helen. Hi, Rich. You're all there, guys. Listen, the numbers and the comments are going absolutely crazy, and things are going crazy at the moment with social media, not just for me, but also for someone who is my bestie, as you all know, who's my cover girl on Lengro magazine as of today for the week ahead. And that, of course, is the queen of manifestation and magic, that is Lara Wells. Now, I've got a hidden backstage at the moment because I don't want the queen to do too much work tonight, but I do want to give you lots of readings, and I do want you to be able to ask Lara some questions. If you'd read Lengro magazine today, back of the class, for those of you who didn't, then you will have found out that Lara has not had the kind of life that you would have expected. But she did rise to the top of her game with the most interesting story that's sure to instill and provoke changes for all of you guys as well. Indeed, Harpreet, you do love Lara, and we've got Laura as well, the designer of my tarot cards, guys, and you all got a sneak peek tonight on my page there as well. John Spratt, are you going to come and join the fun as well? Maybe we can team together to ask Lara the questions that we're going to. We have got some music for 7:30. We had some music from Matthew Van Can earlier. So many of you look, and it is, okay, right, we need to make an announcement first and foremost, guys. John Spratt, okay, joking aside, has been cloned tonight for all the wrong reasons. And some people are getting messages, which may be friend requests, are sort of saying hello. There is only one John Spratt, and those of you who have seen him or contacted him will know how to contact him as well. But he's going to be here himself to talk about it knocking on my virtual door in a bit. So guys, what I want to talk about tonight is your star signs and readings, because what I want to know is, are you coping at the moment? How do you feel right now, and what star sign are you? Because the way we break it down with astrology is in 4 elements, and they are the fire signs, the earth signs, the air signs, and the water signs. And each and every one of you are one of those 12 signs, not one of 13 and not one of 88. That would be using astronomy and the NASA zodiac. And we don't use 88 at all. We use 12. So stick with the Western tropical zodiac like I do, and everybody else as well. I know, guys. Well, Patricia, I didn't know that I'd pulled you up there, but I am feeling a little bit in the party mode. So I think it's time to celebrate my bestie tonight. So I want to make sure that, if there's something you've wanted to ask her or something that you've wanted to thank her for, then tonight is the night to do it, guys. Thank you very much, Penelope. I'll show you quickly, actually. You know I love clothes, don't you? And I'm coming straight to you then, Patricia. Hold on. This is actually, guys, a very long, very backless very, very long dress that I think I got off Amazon for about $11.99. But I'm going to cut the bottom off, guys, and I'm going to make a mask out of it because you know how I love to try and, what's it called? Put things together, you know. Let's have a look. And I've got some lovely, lovely tarot cards for you here today as well. See, lots of you are having a bad time. And I'm here to lift you up. Don't forget, you can also join my private members club. That's £4.99 a month. Private space where we get no trolls and we help each other grow. And I'm not supposed to be saying anything, but you need to be asking Spratty and the amazing Lara about the academy as well. Shh. Okay, so for you, my lovely Patricia, you'd love a reading from me. I'd love to give a reading for you because I see from your cards that you've been trying to get someone to change, who's been changing in the way that it's 2 steps forward and 1 step back. The saying for you comes to mind, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And I think that you've got to accept that although certain people will bend for you slightly, they won't bend like Willow. So your decision has to be, Patricia, what you're going to do from here on in. And I think you are playing a waiting game until other things change for you in other areas. So my advice with your cards, Patricia, is that you need to put less attention into the things that don't give love back. How does that sound? Yeah. Facebook user who is underneath Mark Hinton, please give Facebook permission to say who you are, because I don't know who you are. And you may also have noticed, guys, that we're not allowed to say certain things or our traffic goes a very short way. So can I ask you, please, or can you comment to tell everybody that everything is free on here tonight, but you need to, and and thank you so much to Katie Christopher. So you didn't need that, did you guys? Thank you to Katie Christopher, who made me those signs, and Gemma Quayle, who made me the Lengro video. Can I just say, guys, if you haven't read Lengro magazine today, get on to www.clairepetulengro.tv. That's all it is, simple as that. And our cover girl, I'm going to bring her on in just a moment. Let's give another reading. I want to know your star signs, guys, and how you're coping. I want to help some more of you get on so I can group you into elements, if that's okay. Star sign, let's have a look. Did I go off on a tangent then? Did any of you see the cooking show that we did earlier on? That was very, very funny. You can watch it back later. So Samantha Pettigrew, hello. I don't think I've seen you in a while. How have you been, my darling? I feel like that advert then. How's your mum? How's your gran? What was it? Was that for a bank? What was it for? How's your mum? How's your gran? So it's okay. It's been a long day, guys. It really has. Let's have a look at the cards that we've got here. So it really is all about the hard work that you're doing at the moment, Samantha. The fact that you're not sure how long you're going to be on the path that you're on for. Well, I know that certain things in your life have changed at the moment, but not everything has changed to your disadvantage. There are certain things in your personal life now, Samantha, which are up to more flexibility. So are you maybe enforcing your own rules, which really aren't necessary? Are you being your own dominator? And maybe you need to be kinder to yourself. Do you think, Samantha, that you're paying the price for something you didn't handle well in your past? Because let me tell you, to spend too much time thinking about things that have happened for a few days or even a year for the rest of your life is pointless. It really is. I've got some pointless facts as well to come out when we get stuck for anything. Now then, I think that I'm going to bring on a story in a minute as well, but let's have a look who else is there. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Stephanie Swan. Now then, Leah Sterling, you say that you're a Pisces on the cusp. If you're born on the cusp, you can't be both signs. So what you really need to do is you need to find out what sign, you need to give an astrologer like myself your date, place, and your time of birth. And then we can look it up for you and tell you exactly how you're doing there. I got really confused there because I saw actually that the girl I'd just given a reading to had said shit, and then you'd said yes, and I thought, oh shit, yes. What did that mean? Please comment again what that meant. Okay, Stephanie Swan, you don't have a question. You haven't put your star sign, and I can't remember what you are now, but we're going to let me know your star sign so we can do some star signs as well. And then we're going to be bringing on the amazing Lara Wells. Okay, so for you, can you look at the card I've drawn for you? Don't you absolutely love that? That's your creative wheel. It's your coins. It's everything that you're doing. You're working towards something. Don't let anybody get you off your course. The work that you need to do, Stephanie Swan, doesn't take money. It takes your time and it takes your commitment mentally. So don't give up, because if you give up, then the whole generations of your family and your children give up as well. Love these Romani cards. Absolutely beautiful. So let's have a little look around here. Okay, so let's have a look. We're going to bring on now, ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Lara Wells. Hello.
Woo! How are you this evening?
I'm very good indeed. So many people want to see you tonight, Lara. It's absolutely amazing. How's your day been?
Hectic. Probably a bit like yourself, but I'm still trying to get over you. Earlier on, you were interviewing me, you were doing readings, you were conversing with the viewers, and you were cooking an amazing pasta dish.
Never tell a gypsy she can't do it all. That's what I think. But do you know what? That's why you're on the cover of Lengro today, because you, my darling, are an inspiration, don't you think, guys, to so many people. And I was getting so tired, Lara, of having so many people message me with stories of how you'd helped them, that I thought I would turn tonight into a little bit of a Lara Wells tribute night, with some questions from some followers and finishing off some that I had for you from earlier today. How do you feel about that?
It feels like this is your life. You know, this is your life.
Oh, I can play that. You never know. Oh, everyone's saying, wow, like, your hair has grown so long.
I
looks
know,
gorgeous. Hello, the Scottish beauty. Piper says, hi, John. Claire said you're meant to be phoning me. John's been hacked, Lara. Well, not hacked, cloned.
Good Lord. Who could possibly clone John? Particularly when I know that he was getting his hair done last night. He had bleach on his hair and he had orange spots on him, right? It's going to be really hard work to clone him.
It is, isn't it? It really is. So, Lara, can I ask you, I've got some more questions, but I was going to have some fun questions for you as well. And I want to know that one of the things that's become very apparent is we're all working parents. You know, you are, John is, and if it's not children, it's grandchildren for you. And a lot of the people in Lengro as well, and all of our followers, they're trying to juggle being a working parent, which by definition is very different to what it was before the virus, isn't it?
Oh my God, yes. Look, I've got 5 children. My eldest is 30 now. My youngest is 18. And I don't know how I would have coped if I was stuck in for 3 months with them there all the time. Like, I mean, oh my God, it would have been bedlam. How on earth are you coping, guys, with the kids being at home and, you know, being in? It's been, it must have been awful. Has it? Or has everybody enjoyed? I used to love it when the kids were off on holiday though.
And I've also got something as well, guys. I'm looking for your star signs, guys, so I can try and give you some predictions at the same time. I'm also playing with StreamYard here, trying to bring up a story that I've got that I will play a bit later on in the show, actually. And I think that, Lara, I mean, you've heard so many stories in your lifetime. Let me ask you one simple question to start off with. Say that you couldn't do what you do as a living. Say that you couldn't use your gifts for whatever reason, the fact that, you know, somebody you were with didn't want you to use them, or we weren't allowed, it was outlawed. What would be the other career that you'd be known for?
Midwife. A midwife.
A midwife. Guys, did anyone expect that? I would not have, even I wouldn't have expected that. I really wouldn't. That's amazing.
Yeah, I did do some nurses training, right? I wanted to be a midwife. I went back to as a mature student as a single parent with my eldest son, and got all my qualifications and sat my nurses entrance exam, and I started doing my nursing. But my daughter died. I had my daughter, and so when I was pregnant with my son after that, I came out of nursing. But I meant to go back, but they moved. It was always to be a midwife, and they moved the midwifery up to Ayrshire, right, for direct entry in Ayrshire. And they did call me twice, guys, to go, but I just couldn't see how I was going to be able to juggle it. I'd already got to the point of I could help more people doing what I do now than I could then, with all the policies and regulations and but it would have been a midwife, hands down.
Well, let me put my psychologist hat. Let me take my clairvoyance hat off now, and I'll put on a psychologist hat right now. Do you not think, by that same token, that you take caterpillars and you deliver butterflies with your followers and clients?
Oh God, I can so see it now. Wait till you'll have a laugh at this, right? When I was at school, do you remember doing the careers women would come into school? And they had their old-fashioned computers then, right? I mean, we could only but hope to have a computer in, and they would type in, right, you had to see this lady, and they would type in what your strengths are. Now, I'm actually really scientific. I'm very good at physics, biology, crap at chemistry, by the way, can I just say that? And they typed it all in anyway, and the computer said I should have been a forensic scientist.
Wow,
that's how close was that? Because it's like that's the dead bodies, and I deal with the dead people, right? The dead souls, right? The souls of like people that have passed over. So that would have been the closest. I mean, how bizarrely accurate was that?
That's really accurate. But do you know what I think as well? I think that in our job, we become many roles. So sometimes we're like a priest that people can confess to. Sometimes we're like a best friend. Sometimes we are like a teacher, understanding knowledge. And sometimes there's so many different hats that we wear to sort of help people in what they need to discover themselves. Yeah. So I think in a way we get to experience different roles, but it's funny, the parallel of the other job you do is in a different universe, but they're parallel universes really, aren't they?
Well, that's right. I think as well, like for the midwife thing, it's, birthing a new them. Like it's actually, whether you like it or not, guys, we do what we do, but we are in the business of transformation. It's as simple as that. We just happen to do it psychically, intuitively, spiritually. It's transformation. We birth from the old, right? And we birth into the new, don't we?
Absolutely. And talking of that, guys, I have got a little video that I may or may not show. We're just going to see who else is popping in. But the lovely Jacqueline Tyler, who's our resident Beneath the Covers columnist in Lengro magazine, she made a little video because she was having some problems with her internet on the live streams. And we were looking to sort of create something to help you guys, that instead of chicken soup for the soul, which is uplifting stories of bad things gone wrong, that it would be a gypsy sort of soul stew or a magic and manifestation stew. So I'm going to try now to just bring in Jackie's video so we can see how things don't always have to go to plan. And we're going to hope now that my technical things do go to plan. I've come such a long way. And actually, that's another thank you that I need to give to you, Lara, because you're actually the one who taught me to do what I'm doing. So without Lara, you guys would not have this. Let's have a look.
John said he wanted to be a window cleaner.
Hope you're having a good
John
Saturday.
wants to be, hold on, I'm just going to stop this. There we go. Okay. I've got what I'm doing now, so just bear with me. This is about to be, there you go. Okay, so I'm going to have to make this bigger. We're going to share the screen. This is a little story I really want you to hear, guys. If you had a bad day, and I know that many of you have, then just take a little listen to this. This is Jackie's story for our chicken soup for the soul.
Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a good Saturday. I did a review for a book called Super Attractor in this week's Lengro magazine, and it's all about manifesting what you want in your life to make you happy, whether it's money or relationship or jobs or whatever. And I was talking to a friend and we were saying, when good things happen, we automatically think, oh no, something bad's got to happen now, because good things can't always happen. But I think we should change the way we think. We should be positive and always have hope. When I worked in the hospice, I was a volunteer in the day centre of our local hospice, and terminally ill patients used to come there once a week to have hot meal, meet friends, do crafts, have massages. And I used to have a patient called Bill who used to come in for a foot massage every Monday. He was such a lovely old man, but each week he'd be getting worse and worse. But he was always happy. He was always asking me about what I've been up to and about my family. And he would always talk about his family. And he loved his family so much, but he was worried about how they would cope when he wasn't around. So he used to go around to their houses each week and put up shelves and fix things around the house, just making sure that they were okay. Each week he'd lose a bit more weight, but he'd always want to walk down to the shop to buy himself a ready meal because he found it hard to cook as he was getting more poorly. But he never gave up hope. You know, he was always really, really positive. And then one day I came into the hospice and I saw a candle was lit. And I know when a candle's lit, it means somebody's passed away. So I was a bit worried. But then I saw Bill in the treatment room. So I was a bit relieved. And he called me in and he said, oh, I've got something to tell you. So I thought, oh, well, that doesn't sound good. And he said, I went for a scan last week. He said, and guess what? The tumour's gone. They said, Bill, your tumour has disappeared. It's a miracle. And well, we couldn't believe it. And he, you know, it just goes to show that miracles can happen. We don't know what's around the corner. But it was such a lovely story. And Bill was such a lovely man. And he was there for a couple more weeks, but then I didn't see him again, which was a really good thing because it means he didn't need to use the hospice anymore. But yeah, so I just hope Bill is out there somewhere doing really well. And yeah, just keep positive and have hope. Have a great evening.
Well, let's bring that off now. What did you make of that then, Lara? Did you get the whole picture on the whole screen or not?
Yes, I did. Actually, I'm aware of the Super Attractor book. That's, what's her name, isn't it? Oh God, her name's gone right out of my head now. Who's the author again?
Jackie, if you're watching, then please message us and let us know. But guys, wasn't that a wonderful, uplifting story? Like, absolutely amazing.
It is. It's about, hang on a minute, I'm going to have to get it up now. Wait a minute, I should know this.
If you have any stories that you would like to share with us, then please do a pre-record and send it to either Lara or I or both of us. This is streaming to Lara's page as well. So hello to all of her fans. And you'll be seeing a lot more projects with Lara and I in the future as well. Lovely story indeed, wasn't it? So Jackie,
Gabrielle Bernstein, that's who it is.
Go on, who was it?
Gabrielle Bernstein writes a book. She's one of Hay House's authors, yeah.
Okay. Do you know what, though? The funny thing is that Jackie's actually got another story that's going to be in the magazine, which is not so sort of serious and uplifting, which is actually just pure gossip about somebody very famous from Gossip Girl that she had a very close encounter with, of the respectable kind for her, for all concerned, of course. But we'll be telling that in a future thing as well. So you're all saying that you need to be more positive. Okay, Lara, I'm going to take it down to some elements in the moment and mix it with some more questions. And I might mix it in with some readings as well, guys. I want your star signs, please. You need to be more positive. Lara, no matter what star sign you are, or we can take it into the elements, fire, earth, air, and water, you're feeling as bad can be. What is the emergency cord we can pull that would work for most of us that we're not using, do you think?
Well, we spoke about gratitude earlier on, didn't we? And even if you're in a bad situation, be grateful, right? Be grateful. Thank you are the two most powerful words in the English language. Thank you. Because there's a lesson, a friend of mine, Jean, would always say to me, no matter how bad the situation is, there's always a gift in the situation. It's that takeaway, right? That one thing where we learn from it. right? Because there's no point. We can't keep just going through the bad situations time and time again and keep on repeat, and then complain about it. In fact, I've just come off a call with a client of mine that we've been working towards certain stuff, but for the last 10 months, she's been having a reading every single month, right? And I'll tell you for why. It's because she got to the point. She's a Gemini, she's ruled by Mercury, and Claire will tell you Mercury gets in the goddamn way at times. It overthinking, over-processing. We have to know logically before we do anything about stuff. We need to have the information up front. We need to sort it. We need to analyze it. Virgos can be very like that as well, can't they, Claire? You know, where they have to have all the information. And only then can they make a decision. And by that time, the opportunity is passed. For the first time, this client, because she's been in lockdown, she's now lost 2 stone in weight, right, with this positive frame of mind. And it's that dumping the attachment, because this is really the thing that we all get hooked up on, right? A lot of it stems to attachment, whether it's attachment to relationships, attachment to the idea that we haven't had closure maybe before with certain things. Attachment issues because the job thing, you know, we're attached to a job and we know it's bad for us. We don't get paid, you know, what we're worth, which is different to maybe what we're actually getting paid, you know, like, you know, you often hear, remember, was it, which supermodel was it that said, I don't get out of bed for anything less than 10 grand? Was it Naomi Campbell?
Do you know what, Laura, I've got to interrupt you right there. And I know that I'm right to do so. I know you'll agree with me. We have to face the question, the comment I've had to bring up just now. Marilyn Watts, I beg of you, please. You don't want to end it all, my darling, because why would you go through so much that you have been through not to get to the good part, okay? Librans, you're an air sign. Librans, Geminis, and Aquarians. You're getting lots of support here, Marilyn. Do you have some hotline phone numbers? Do you have the Samaritan phone numbers? Let me make sure that friends are reaching out to you, because don't you agree? Marilyn definitely doesn't need to want to end it all, does she there, Laura?
My mum's called Marilyn, so she is. And Marilyn, I'd like to tell you a little story, if it's okay with Claire.
Absolutely, absolutely.
An interesting concept that we say end it all, because end what? Even ending your life, it actually doesn't end it for other people. It's just the beginning of their misery and suffering. So you're just distributing it from you to them. And how do I know that? Because a friend of mine, very good friend of mine, one of our son, she only had one son, 2 daughters, and Hussein had. We took him in and he lived with us on and off for 5 years. And even though I felt that he was going to do something, he'd come back, he was very depressed. There's a lot of other circumstances. Sadly, he hung himself in my house. And we had to deal with that. My young children had to deal with that, right? I had to deal with the mum. It didn't matter how much I said to them that this is what was going to happen. There is always something to live for. But here's the thing, Marilyn, as a woman, we need to have love reflected back to us. And you're maybe not seeing love reflected back to us. We get despondent. If our mind and our soul, our heart become too far apart, the mind thinks we've died already, right? It thinks we've died and it'll try and pull the ejector cord, right? Which is why you feel the way that you do. But sometimes when we break down, it's actually confronting that what's actually happening, Marilyn, is you're actually breaking through. And at the other side of that, right, if you hold that for at least 10 days, the universe will bring something in for you the other side. It's just that often we kind of like duck out before we get there. It can be a hard paper round. Try surrender, Marilyn, surrender. It's not the same as giving up. Surrender. Yeah. Right? It's hand your shit over to the universe, but not you. Not you.
Now, obviously, we see that Marilyn is a little bit of an animal lover from the picture there. And I think animals give us a great source of comfort, you know. So try to use your senses, Marilyn, for us, okay? Use your senses by taking in the smells around you. What do we see now? The smells of nature, the clearer skies. And you don't need money or toxic people or people who don't believe in you. And if you've had bad luck, it's time to change it by keeping life simple. And that means keeping yourself safe, my darling, by staying away from those who make you feel that you want to end it all, okay? You're ruled by Venus, the planet of love. So, of course, what do you want? You want to be loved. And just like Lara said, that starts with self-love as well. I do hope we've got some helpline numbers, guys. Followers, it's you know, we're all a team here. Could you please put up some helpline numbers as well? I want Marilyn to have as many numbers at her disposal as possible on our live tonight, please. Look, you've got lots of friends right here in both our communities. I mean, let's talk a little bit about what we're trying to achieve, Lara, because I mean, I know that when I do live sometimes, I get lots of people saying, oh, you know, you put money in the bank. You and I, the lives that we do, they cost us, don't they? For our StreamYard, for our facilities that we have to use to go on each other's pages, etc. And we're also trying to.
We probably easily spend several £100 on actually putting the lives out, easily.
These ladies are correct. We've got lots of advice. I think we need to listen to some of our followers' advice as well. Have a look, Lara, as well. I mean, this is what our lives are about. We are all together. Have a look, Lara, at the comments. Carol Talon, you said, please don't think low of yourself. You've had COVID 17 weeks ago. It made you feel low. Tell yourself there has to be better. And also, you've got to remember that we're not going to stay in this time. No pandemic in the history of the world, one thing we can be sure of, is it doesn't last forever, does it, Lara?
No, it doesn't. And can I just say, who here hasn't thought of killing themselves at some point? All right, I bet you every single person on this page at some point in their life has thought of doing that. I know I have. Claire probably has at some point, right? We all have, right? I was on the phone to somebody very close to me last night because they felt the same way. I think there's some very low planetary activity going on at the moment. We've had a double new moon, right? So it's been very, very tough this last week. The energies have been very low, but absolutely, for as low as it can also be amazing and magnificent. To be thankful for what we do have.
Do you know what I think? Let's have a little look. Hold on, let's take that off of there. I think what we need is, we need the lovely Catherine to know that she's loved. So what do we think there should be, guys? Do you think there's something that we all need that would be nice? I think a little bit of love would be nice. Do you?
I think you should put in the comment section lots and lots of love hearts to send for Marilyn. Lots of love hearts. Show her how much you care. I
also think, bear with me here, that I've got a little something for her as well. And I'm just going to bring it up here. Let's have a look. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to go there. This is worth it, guys. Trust me, because I'm still learning. But this is for you, my darling. And this is for all of you out there from us. Let's have a little break. Listen to this.
Let there be you. Let there be me. Let there be oysters under the sea. Let there be wind, an occasional rain, chili con carne, and sparkling champagne. Let there be birds to sing in the trees. Someone to bless me whenever I sneeze. Let there be cuckoos, a lark and a dove. But first of all, please, let there be love. Love. Let there be love. Love. there be cuckoos, a lark and a dove. But first of all, please, let there be love. Let there be love. Let there be love. Let there be love.
Well, 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 there we go. I haven't got you crying again, have I, Lara?
Not yet. No, I'm working on it. I know. I was like bubbling away earlier on.
Marilyn, you please will know now tonight that you are truly loved by us all. And why cry when you can have laughter with us? Because, guys, I think that we really need to have some fun and some games tonight. So I'm sitting here thinking what games we're going to play about people's star signs, or shall we see how typical you are of your star signs, or shall we get through let's go to some happy questions for Lara as well, because let's see, what was the movie, Lara Wells, that shaped you when you were growing up? And could you please comment as well, guys, what your favorite movie was? Marilyn, come on and comment away with us. You don't say your age. A lot of people on here are 80s babes like me, okay? Pretty in Pink, The Breakfast Club. Let me know, what is your favorite film? Maybe we can inspire Marilyn tonight, the lovely Libra Marilyn. What do you think?
Wow. Oh my God. Well, Gone with the Wind. I loved that film.
Oh, and it got banned recently, and now it's back on TV again.
It got banned?
It got banned because it was inappropriate with the slave references. So they took it off, and they decided to put things off. Yeah, it absolutely was. But I don't know. I mean, it's a political subject, but I do know that as far as the film was concerned, I think the portrayal of the black mammy was almost like, it was stereotypical of its time, the way you see stereotypical of gypsies or of Scottish people. Do you know what I mean? But I love that film.
Stereotypical, but that's how it was, right? I'm not saying that's right, but and sadly that's how it was, right? I think it was just written like that. But another favorite of mine was Somewhere in Time, right, with Christopher.
Oh, David, stop it! That we have so many things that link us, and we've never discussed that as well. So there's Marilyn. Marilyn says, "Oh no, that's Derek." Let's have a look. Marilyn says, "Pretty Woman."
Yeah, Pretty Woman.
I'll tell you something Marilyn can put on her bucket list to do when lockdown's over. Bucket list. See, look, you got to laugh at things like that, haven't you? I mean, I'm a Scorpio. Pretty Woman was made into a stage play, a stage musical. And do you know what? You need to look forward to seeing that again, because if my friend Mitch Jenkins is to be trusted, and he's a very determined young man, stage shows will be on again before you know it. Marilyn, who knows? By the time we get our other adventures going, you, Marilyn, Lara, all of you followers, we could be on an arranged coach trip to go and see Pretty Woman. So there's a lot to hang on in there for, isn't there? Don't you think?
Oh, definitely. What other films do you like? What's, been your inspiration?
Me? Okay, so I'm so dark as a Scorpio that I like a film that nobody understands why I like, because it's not a happy film, but it's a journey of relationships. And it's nothing, Closer, the film with Clive Owen, Natalie Portman, Jude Law and Julia Roberts, where Julia Roberts says the C word. But it's about that alone, watching Julia Roberts swear. But it's a film about relationships and about trust and infidelity. And it was a stage show originally in London. And it was such a powerful stage show. And its soundtrack is by a guy that you probably like, called Damien Rice. Do you like Damien Rice?
Yes. Wow.
But it's dark. It's not like The Sound of Music, Catherine Kelly. No, it's not. Let's have a look. Oh, look. I'm with Laura, though, as well on that one. Come on, guys.
Oh, Braveheart. Laura, when I went to see Braveheart, right, I went to Carlisle to see it. And at the end, I nearly stood up and cheered, and then I had to remember where I was.
I was trying to remove Matthew then. I've got to remove him this way. I don't mean to kick you out the studio, Matthew, but there you go. Who doesn't love this one, though, guys? Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing. That's a favourite as well, isn't it?
would any of you guys go to those drive-in movies that they're having now? They've actually got drive-in movies where you can go and it's sort of the safe space and things.
Oh, no, I haven't done one of those. Have you?
They're popping up all over the country, guys. So basically, you go for your favorite movie, but you're actually in the car, and But I'd have to get Richard to pretend to put his arm around me and resist and stuff. Would we go to a drive-in movie that's popping up all around the country or not? Thank you, baby.
Depends what's on.
Depends what's on. Oh, okay. Let's ask Richard. What would be your one favorite movie? Thank you.
What to watch at like a drive-in sort of thing?
To watch at a drive-in or to watch anywhere? I'm interested in this one. Probably E.T. for you.
Space Cadets.
Space. What would it be? I think for Richard, it'd probably be Star Wars, guys, because he does watch a lot of Stars. Anything to do with space, like.
Yeah, they're very inspirational, the Star Wars ones. I've got to say, I'm right there with Rich as well. I love Ghostbusters. We had the guy on Supernatural earlier on that does Ghostbuster tours in America. Honestly, I love Ghostbusters, and I love the film Practical Magic.
Oh, I love Practical Magic. I mean, who doesn't want to be part of that pack? Absolutely amazing. Maybe in Lengro, we actually need like a movie and recommendation for series page, because certainly it could keep us all out of trouble, couldn't it? Do you remember this one, guys? Look what Carmen Ingram's written.
Oh, that was hilarious. Hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely. Mamma Mia, well done, Piper.
Gladiator as well. Yeah, Gladiator. That's a powerful film. Yeah.
And Greece. Do you know what? I remember going to see Greece at a treat for a birthday party. We all went to go and see Greece.
Very good. Piper says Bridget Jones.
What's that noise? It's a knock at the virtual door.
It's not, is it? It is not.
No, it's not Spratty. Oh, hold on. It's Jem.
Hi!
Jem, how you doing?
I don't know how good my signal's going to be. Hello.
Hello. Well, I'm going to take a reading in a moment. We were just discussing our favourite films. How was your day as a working mum? And how did you find this week's issue of Lengro, where we're celebrating Queen Lara?
I'd say that again, Claire, because I'm losing a little bit. Try again.
What did you think of Lengro this week, and how did they go anyway? Oh, Jem, I'm going to have to take you off, I think. Yeah, let's have a look. No, we're going to have to take you off. Sleepless in Seattle is another one. Look, Calamity Jane. Come on, you're a bit of a Calamity Jane, aren't you?
That's hilarious. I love Doris Day films, right? I do love Doris Day. A Touch of Mink is one of my all-time favorites.
I would like to have been Doris Day, but then she only had cats. She had lots of cats, didn't she?
Yes, she did. It wouldn't have been good from that, but I think she's hilarious, Doris Day. She really knew how to carry off comedy.
Absolutely. Guys, we've only got 15 minutes left, and I think I need to do some work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut you all down and divide you into 4 sections. So I need you to tell me, I'm going to tell you what you are right now, and let's have a little look. I need you to put whether... No, we'll do it into... I'm trying to think how to do this. We're going to look at fire signs, first of all. So we're going to give you all a chance, and I'm going to pick Lara's brains with this as well. If you are an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, then please do let me know right now and comment. Could you please comment how you're feeling right now as a fire sign at this moment in this ever-changing world? Because let me tell you, fire signs, which are Aries, Leos, and Sagittarians, they are absolutely the ones, because we're going to make quick changes and you can get out of this very quickly. You're like slippery snakes with things. But the ideas that you have, you've got to hold on to them and not keep sort of blowing out, your fuse going out. Aries, Leos, and Sagittarians, let's help some of you quickly as well. I used to tape Elvis Presley films just for the soundtrack on a tape recorder, so I wouldn't be able to watch it, but I could listen to it in bed.
You did?
Oh, yes. We've got Lorna Blackwood. You remember. Jennifer Warwick, what star sign are you? I'm looking for all you fire signs. Look, there we go. We've got Norma there as well. We've got Bernadette Taylor. If you want to get through this current stage of lockdown ease and how you're feeling, try to give yourself a routine, all of you fire signs. Yeah. If you can fit yourself into a routine that's of your making and that helps you move with the times, then you'll feel firm in control. So I want to tick you off, you fire signs, tonight, to know that you need to create your own new routine for the week ahead. What do you have to say about that, Lara, about fire signs in this stage of life normality, not normal?
Well, fire signs to me have been feeling a bit stuck lately, all right? And I think that it might be feeling that your arse is being dragged along the ground, a bit like, you know, you're in the back of a car, the car's driving off, and you're like those cans, you know, like at the back of a wedding vehicle, you know, that you're taggling along and, you know, it's...
Laura, would that word also describe what Brat here has said? Brat Brandy Hopkins, she said she's overwhelmed. Now that's like a feeling of being dragged by a car, isn't it? Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed, too much going on, and you just cannot see the wood for the trees. All right. Yeah. So when that happens, best to go to ground. As I say, when there's Mars there, you see the whites of my eyes, you know, because Mars the destroyer and that. It's best just to go to ground, go to bed, hot water bottle, right? Fluffy dressing gown, mug of tea or mug of hot chocolate, whatever, and just hand it over. All right. Hand it over. We can't always do something about everything as much as we want to.
Okay, so you fire signs for the week ahead, your mantra is nourish one's self, okay? For the next 7 days, nourish one's self. Could we now move along, please, and have you earth signs, which are Taurians, Virgos, and Capricorns, okay? So if you're a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, tell me how you're feeling right now, and we're going to give you your mantra in the last 10 minutes of the show as well. I want to ask you a quick question while they put that, while they comment at the moment. Lara, if you could choose one pair of shoes, which were your shoes that you will remember for a lifetime, what would they be and why?
Ah, that's easy. It's the red sparkly shoes in the Wizard of Oz.
Absolutely. Click 3 times. Oh.
Oh, a pair of shoes. Listen, there's that saying, give a woman the right pair of shoes and she can conquer the world. All right. I've got to say that I've got my pink sparkly burlesque shoes. I think I've probably shown everybody them. I might bring them on a live some night.
Oh,
you know that.
I love a shoe. I love a shoe. Yeah.
I do love burlesque shoes. I love the ostentatious sparkle and stuff. But I've got to say, my next thing is, but it seems a bit overindulgence. I've got to get round the mindset of this, because probably for a pair, you could feed a family a week, I want a pair of Christian Louboutin shoes.
Who doesn't? Who absolutely doesn't? All of my cousins had them, and I've got a few Gucci ones which my dog ate, which I've still got parts of here. But do you know what? I actually wear white Converse because they look like the shoes that Baby wore in Dirty Dancing. So when you mentioned
yes.
Guys, I'm going to go on to you earth signs at the moment to save some time. Okay, you earth signs at the moment, you're saying here you're all over the place. Let me tell you why you Taurians, Virgos, and Capricorns are all over the place. Because you're expecting others to do all you ask. They won't do everything you ask. So if you want a job doing well at the moment, then you're going to have to do it yourself, okay? This giving everybody else, this is your responsibility as well, or can you do this? There's a lot of fire in the earth signs at the moment. And I think that's obviously due to the moon pulling you in all directions. Lara, what about you for Taurians, Virgos, and Capricorns?
Well, I'm a Taurus, and I can categorically say it's like I have had to just, exactly as Claire says, knuckle down and just suck it up and just get on with the work and power through it, right? And a lot of it has been caused by other people. And I think I got to the stage where I thought, I'm not letting them get on with it like she's saying anymore. I thought I'm going to have to wade in, roll the sleeves up, wade in, and just obliterate the whole thing and allow it to rebuild itself. Because that's what air signs do, right? That's what we do. We literally, we're builders, right? But we've got to have a flat surface to build from. We can't go building, stuff on top of other stuff. We need to get rid of what's underneath it first.
Absolutely. Converse are so comfy. Indeed, they are. I have many. Air sign for you. Let's get through this. Get your head out the clouds. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and I mean that in the nicest way. And I mean it to my new friend as well, who isn't alone. You've got all of us now, okay? And I do feel that for you air signs, it's about getting a reality check and counting the things that you have got. Ignore counting the things that you haven't got. It just makes you feel bad. It's like a kid at Christmas. Let me tell you, my cousin Lisa Lengro, if you're out there, she used to always get the lucky better present than me. And one year she got, but my grandfather would come in with a big sack. And in the end, I moaned so much until she'd swap with me. And although I apologize, you still got the best. But air signs, you need to look at what you have got. So maybe back at Christmas, when I was a kid, I should have thought, you know what? Some kids haven't got presents. And by that sort of simile, what I'm saying to you is, all of you air signs have got someone. You have got something. There is some way to hang on and have a better life. So it is definitely worth looking straight ahead and not behind. What about your air signs at the moment?
Oh my goodness. Well, I've got to say, the air signs that I have associated with, that I know, that have been round about, my clients and people that I know anyway, they have been all over the place, right? Life seems to be trying to revive them back into a better path. So I want to say, hang in there. Like, say, there's Yvonne there. Yvonne was in one of my lives the other night, I've got to say. And, she's been through a really tough time. And I think that she's been asked to sit this one out. So you may feel like you're sitting out with life is happening over here and you've been asked to sit it out over here. But sooner or later, you will rejoin the flow. So this is your time to get your tools, your shit in line, and get ready.
The other thing, Yvonne, as well for you is, at the moment, you may be homeless, sleeping on families' sofas, but you won't be homeless in the future. And you've got to take in that feeling to remember what it's like, so that you never want to go back there again. And Lara and I will both testify to that point, that sometimes you have to get to that point to never get to it again, don't you, Lara?
That's right. In order to appreciate sometimes what we've got, we first got to go to what we don't appreciate. And Yvonne, I know it may have been tough circumstances and stuff, but there's actually sometimes something quite good in being homeless and having nothing, because there's only one way to flaming well go, girl, and that's up.
Absolutely. And Dean McNichols, you are absolutely right. You're from the club. How are you enjoying the club as well, my darling? Looking at water signs now, you Cancerians, Scorpios, and Pisces, you all know that nothing stays the same. Do you like my shorthand here? That's the only thing I can do really clever as well. And what I'm worried about with all of you water signs is something very different from the rest of the elements. It's your money. I need you water signs to stop spending and to save as if you've got a debt that's bigger than you have. Because what you want to do with your life in the next few weeks and months, you water signs, you're going to need the funds for. So really, really, please do try to think of that. And as Dean McNichols says, today's gossip is tomorrow's fish and chip paper. So don't worry how things look, because there's not one of us out there at the moment of any star sign that hasn't experienced a moment of panic and fear in this changing world. I actually have a very dear friend who is the most beautiful model-looking girl you can imagine. She's my age, and she's actually a designer of clothes. She does people up on sets, and she's always looking really funky and all that sort of thing. And at the moment, because of the way the industry is, she is taking pictures and sharing them with her friends of the toilets she's having to clean wherever she can to get money to do things. And she's having to go in fumigated gear in empty flats to get the money for her family, which is actually her dogs. She's just got lots of dogs. So what I'm saying is, who cares what we have to do as long as we can stay together and in the right headspace? It's got to be about putting pride to one side, which is why, guys, next Wednesday, or in issue 10 of Lengro, we are celebrating Brighton Pride. But of course, Brighton Pride is only in Brighton. So our page, our magazine next week is dedicated to how to find pride in ourselves. How can you be proud of you, and everything like that. So, Laura, you keep talking. I'm so sorry. I've got verbal diarrhea tonight.
No, it's okay. No, I think that sounds amazing. You're absolutely right. Remember that song, Proud? I think it was, who sung it? Heather Small, Proud. What are you going to do today to make you feel proud? I remember that, someone was about 15 years ago or whatever. And I think that that's something we often forget, isn't it? Actually, we're so busy trying to impress other people that actually, what do we do for ourselves to feel that pride in ourselves?
Absolutely. It's so true. And also, we've been trying to bring Jem on. I know you've messaged me, Jem, and it's saying your guests will need to connect their mic cam before you can add them to the stream. But you know what? There's always time for more parties, isn't there? And I'm sure that we've got plenty of things planned. I can't even remember what we're doing this weekend, but we're up to something live, aren't we?
I think we were talking about involving a little fireside gig, weren't we? Round the fire, glass of wine, or maybe in your case, have you got a fireplace in your place?
No, but the thing is, Richard, we've got a fire pit in the garden, our very small garden. I'll do that. That'd be amazing.
I'll get the fire going here, have a glass of wine, that sort of thing, and just have a general chat. Because we've got lots to talk about, because we're going to do a show. We're going to do a show, guys. Right? We are going to, Claire, myself, and Lee, Lengro as well, we're going to do an audience thing, right? And do a virtual thing. So if you want to be part of that, do tune in on Saturday. We will give you more details about that. How to get to that sort of thing.
Absolutely. And there's so many different things that we're intertwining together. And, you helped inspire me with Lengro magazine, telling me to go for my dreams as well. Penelope Channing, you're saying we all pull together here. You were asking about the club, guys, and you're not going to be far behind me in the club, are you? Because you were going to do a club before me. I just happened to have the planets align for me to go and test the water before. But, I keep telling you, get your act on, get it done. Could you?
Well, I did more or less set it up, but then I got distracted, didn't I? But Julia has been in touch yesterday, so we are on it.
Fantastic. So you can join my club, guys, by going, you'll see advertisements for it, but just go to my website, Claire Petulengro Private Members, go to clairepetulengro.tv, and it's very easy. Just follow the instructions. Any problem, message me. Lara and I cannot say these words, but don't forget that as well as doing what we're asking now, could you please make sure that you know that you can book I say proper readings, but readings where we don't have to realize that 7,000 people are listening to our advice, isn't it really, Lara?
That's true. And my God, we've both been busy the last few weeks, haven't we? Do
you know one of the keys that I think? Look, you can tell it's getting 8 o'clock now. I'm getting into my getting in the bath mode. I think one of the things is, Lara, that our rule with each other has always been, if you don't enjoy it, don't do it.
If you don't enjoy it, don't employ it. Right? In other words, don't take it on. Listen, we were talking about jobs, right? Claire and I, we've been through our shame with doing the sort of thing that we do. I mean, how many tables have you sat at and you're always like the poor relation? We're always like the poor relation. A lot of my friends were doctors and lawyers and, very professional people. And then I would dread it if anybody ever said, and what do you do for a living? Were you the same?
Oh, goodness me. Do people ask why, when I was single, I never went on a dating site? What would I put? Who would I attract? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. And I mean, it's not dissimilar to prostitution when you think about it, is it? Mum by day, cycle by night, you learn to juggle it like that. It's tough.
I just need to finish that sentence. When I said I'm very similar to a hooker, I only meant in that they're both the oldest professions in the world. Can I hear that in case my grandmother's watching?
We are. You're absolutely right. I mean, think about it. Before we were doing this, right, it was usually a bedroom that was done out to be your reading room, wasn't it? So think about it. My first place of professional employment, right, it was a 3-story house, and I did a bedroom out upstairs. So, we had women and men coming for consultations. They would come in looking miserable, come up to see us, give us money, come back down, and they'd look happy and then leave. So to anybody in the outside looking in, it looked very suspicious, didn't it, and dodgy?
I was going to say something that I shouldn't, but there's a lot of situations that even just being a clairvoyant in the media when I was young, that I was approached by people who were high up in the media that thought that they could use us like that just for wanting to be on air. And I never wanted to be on air, that much or enough. But I think that in any industry, there are sharks, there's problems. So if you don't enjoy what you're doing, if it gives you anxiety in your stomach, if you don't feel it is who you are, just say no. and say yes to the things that you love. And I'm going to bring on Jem to say goodnight to us all as well. We've got a couple of minutes because her tech didn't work.
There she is.
Hooray! How are you?
Well, I'm bringing you back. Hold on. That's it. I was trying to get us all in a line. No. We're just going to say
Oh, that was rubbish. I'm here. Hello.
hello. So,
How is everybody?
well, we've had a lovely lady on here that we hope Michelle is going to get some lovely support from us all as well. We've been talking about people who are feeling low. We've been celebrating issue 10 of Lengro. We've had a bit of music from Matthew.
Good.
A gypsy soup for the soul story from our amazing Black. And it's Celebrate Lara night. But do you know what, Jem? I don't feel we've celebrated enough.
Lara, it was a lovely little insight into your story.
Thank you, Gemma.
It was a really nice read. And also, can I say,
Hi.
Casey said to me, how glamorous you look in your pictures. She was like, wow.
Oh my goodness.
We would ask about her about that again now, but we asked Lara on the 2 o'clock live. Lara, can we have a party, like a Lengro party, and carry on talking more about your personal past life at the weekend?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I can't guarantee I might not actually cry
Oh,
again.
You know, there's so much still to find out about you, I think.
I think they want us to do it, look.
Nicola McEwen, thank you for that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm now thinking, oh my God, I'm getting worried. What are we going to talk about, Bethany?
What night, ladies? Friday or Saturday? What do you think?
Shall we do Friday night?
Shall we? Let's do Friday night. Let's do Friday night. Indeed, I do believe I've got a 7:30, so it might have to be an 8 o'clock late one. Is that okay?
Friday night should be a late one.
Yeah, I think I've got 7 o'clock as well, so that'd be perfect.
Should we have an 8 o'clock party on Friday night, guys? Yeah,
love that idea.
We'll have a glass of wine and we'll have a chat and we'll have the fire on.
Oh, that sounds.
Casey said, "Can I come?"
Casey, you can virtually come.
She's a party animal, this one.
I think, Mum, you're going to have your work cut out with that one.
God, already I have.
Oh my goodness.
You know she's got a crystal ball, don't you, Lara? Listen, I'm going to go. My bath is run. You've committed now. You're going to get more of Lara's past, present, and her future, if I have anything to do with it, at 8 o'clock on Friday night. And it's going to be a Lengro party. But you never know, because gypsies steal other people's children, which special virtual guests might be dropping in. I know that I'll be on the phone when I'm in the bath after this to find out who I can grab over for some surprises. But in the meantime, can we have some love, please, for the amazing Lara Wells, and lots of love for my sister, another Miss Gemma.
Sorry, it was so brief. Well, it was so rubbish tech tonight.
Because of you, we're having a party Friday night now.
Well, you know me. I always bring the party.
Oh, that is absolutely fantastic. You're committed now, and I will see you all soon.
Don't forget, everybody, to look at the magazine.
And send the love to Claire as well, guys. Lots of love. Thank you so much for having me. Take care. Bye, Gemma.